Hello, everyone, and hello, TRE community. This is Sarah and Simba Stenqvist, and we are here to share about Simba's new modality, internal alchemy, that he has created together with Dr. David Briselli. Can you please share a little bit, Simba?
Yeah, of course. So we live in Thailand, in Chiang Mai, the northern part, and we've been here for about 8 years now. And I came into contact with TRE pretty much when I landed on the ground here in Thailand through Lorianne and Joan at the time. And I just, after the first class, I was like, oh my God, I have to, this is it. I've been looking for this my whole life. I remember I came home and
I remember we
I
went
was writing down the
together.
curve. I was trying to remember everything. I was so sold, right? And I just jumped on the first training I could. When I
Really?
became a provider, I was like, now what? I asked my teacher. I mean, there must be more to this, because we're what's the next step? And she said, no, you can become a trainer. I was like, okay. And then I became a trainer, and then I was like, now what? And I think that's really, what we can start the journey. That's how I came from. It was so powerful and just wanted to grow and share more of this beautiful tool to others. So yeah, that was really my entry point into TRE and a little bit what we're going to discuss today.
Yeah, I mean, both of us had such a huge transformation with the TRE. And then after a bunch of years of doing that together, we've been educating ourselves within so many modalities. And it was almost like the TRE became a little bit, it's like a bit too small. It was like more things to fit. And then you started combining things and trying things, and Dr. Baselli almost asked you to innovate TRE. I mean, you got an assignment to innovate the TRE, and then internal alchemy was born. So can you share a little bit about how is this an innovation of TRE? Can you explain a little bit how it came about, and what other things have you added into it?
So I've been doing a lot of different practices. TRE is one, breath work is one. I've been working with Fascia for many years as a body worker in personal training, in more Qigong, Tai Chi kind of manner, uh, Reiki, craniosacral therapy, energy work, and of course, Tremors for TRE. And it was separate modalities. Everything was separate modalities. And the innovation of TRE was that I started to like, what if we do a little bit of briefing then TRE? What if we do a little bit of this and then TRE? So that's kind of how I started. But then something in me said, like, don't don't put it into a box, don't put it into a context that this is what it is. Like sometimes you need something else to come into full fruition. And that's really what I felt. So it's more than we do TRE with some in like interventions or picking from other modalities. This is a completely new concept, but we have the base of TRE. So the TRE is the staple, like the ethos of the modality. But then there's so many other areas that we can go, both in how we describe what happens, that we don't have to say it's neurogenic tremors. For some people, it might be energy arising. For other people, it might say, it's something else. So I wanted to build it so we can understand what is it that happens in the body when we tremor, when we do breath work, when we work with fascia, with energy, and how can we use it for our cultural, personal context to explain it so it becomes relatable for you and for the people that you work with. And I was feeling it needs to be in a way, so it's almost like an open source code, right? Like we can't hold on it to and say this is what it is. We give the solutions to people to make it your own. And that's really, I feel, comes from my heart. I want to be able to give people the opportunity to express it the way they want to. And you can do it with TRE, of course. This is how it came to me. This is like my mission that I felt came through me. So I'll still practice TRE and I teach it and I love it. But this is my path, my creation, and my contribution to the world through those experiences and the conversations with David and what I learned throughout the years.
No, I completely resonate. And what I find is so interesting is that we both took such a deep path. I mean, of course, you went way deeper into the TRE than I did, but I saw your transformation, and we've been on a very deep healing journey for ourselves. And I saw the transformation in you. So then I did the same thing for me. And the combination was really the tremors combined with a deep polyvagal curve that Lorianne is teaching. And then a couple of years later, when the body was kind of wanting to take the next step, and since we had incorporated so many different modalities, then we really started to because the core of our business has always been the core of TRE, that we follow the organism. So we always allow our bodies to follow and or to lead, and then we follow. So we have been experimenting a lot on ourselves. And it was interesting because both our bodies took kind of the same direction, but intuitively in different ways. But we both started to naturally experience the fascia. We both started incorporating the breath, both as a pillar in the work, but also during. So during our tremors, we started to incorporate other things. And a lot of that work was born when David was at our center for a while. So we had the ability to, or the possibility to interact a lot and do hands-on things and to really explore. And that's where I feel that it came as a natural step almost.
Mm.
Mm.
And it's really about creating a space for the organism to express itself, or for the energy to express itself, or the spirit, if you wish to call it that way. Whatever your language and culture appropriation is, that's what we want to bring into this practice. So once again, it's not TRE with interventions with another name. It's something completely different, but the base is still in TRE. So you have that ethos, because that's really our DNA. That's what we work with, and what we teach and live and embodied. But this is kind of like something else that came through that, right? So this is the
Yeah.
child of TRE, the next generation, or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. What I feel is, I love that you said that it's not an intervention, because it's not, but it has the effects as an intervention. Would you say that that is true? Because when
Yeah.
I feel that if I move from, because what we had in the beginning was TRE and then TRE with interventions, and TRE with interventions is phenomenal. I mean, it's absolutely, it's a whole new thing. You can go so much deeper, and it's amazing. But if you don't have anyone to do those interventions with you or for you, and also what I felt with the interventions was, oh, I'm not a body worker. So I don't know exactly how to do. And I felt, for me personally, I felt like, okay, that was a little bit of a threshold. But then I overcame and started to follow my intuition a lot. But when we started exploring with the internal alchemy, I felt that it was almost like I was doing interventions on myself, because I had different tools to bring in, and I could move the energy by myself through these interventions that I do for myself in real time. I follow the body, I follow the organism, I follow the energy, and I can move with the pressure, I can move the energy, I can follow it, and I can sense it. And then I was using the breath and the tremors and the energy and the fascia, and I started to learn how to move the energy within myself. So that's, for me, is like the next step. Because with the energy aspect, you start to bring in the TCM and the meridians, and you start to learn how the energy flows. And then you can release and press with the fascia, and you use the breath to kind of move the energy. And that's when it starts to become really, really, really interesting for me. That's what I feel. So that's, yeah.
I agree. I agree with you. Many times we look at it like you do interventions in theory to help the tremors, right? And this is not the case in internal alchemy. It's it's not just interventions. You learn about breathing and why you do breathing. You can do a session with just breathing and it might have tremors, but you don't have to have tremors for it to be a session. So you literally learn breath work, right? Like you learn the breath work, like you go and do a breath work certification training, but you learn it in a way that's very pragmatic and practical. So it's not just thousands of slides and all this about the lungs and breathing. That's good to know, but frankly doesn't do much for you as an instructor. It becomes more tangible and practical. So you can really, it's not just a grounding exercise that we do a box briefing, 4 in, hold 4, 4 out. And, you literally learn how to work with the breath. You literally learn how to work with the fascia for yourself and with the other person, whether you're a body worker or not. You learn how to start with energy, different points for the nerve system, for the organs, through the TCM, through kinesiology, like buttons starting certain functions, increase, decrease, that works. It practically works in the body. And then the tremors, of course. You learn the tremors and deepening skills in both the tremors, but also about the nervous system that we can go really deep. How do we go deeper into grounding? Well, we start to cultivate a stillness within, right? And usually for me, that happens through the breathing because every breath has a specific pattern. If you're angry, you breathe in a way. If you're sad, you breathe in a way. So you start with the breathing, you meet that stress in your nervous system, you bring it down to a level where you can go very low, not blue zone, like really deep, grounded and connected. And from that place, now we're doing something completely different. And
Yeah.
it might sound the same. So you're like, yeah, but that's what I'm already doing. And I said, yeah, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Try it out and see what it is. That's always my philosophy myself. I might have an idea what's right. I went to 3 different workshops about fascia this weekend and I worked with it for I don't know how many years. I learned tons. I always go in as a student, even if I'm a teacher and have knowledge. Okay, I don't know what I don't know. And that's really what I want to be able to offer through this modality for people to have like, oh my God, this was actually something else. And it takes me to a new place that I maybe didn't even know existed within me.
Yeah, for me, it's very obvious that it's not the same because it's something completely different. And what I like about it is that it's not a technique. Like what you said, okay, now we do the box breathing, now we do this breathing. But for the trick for me is to know when to use it and how in the moment to the right person at the right time. And then that you have the different toolbox and that you can follow the energy of the person and that you can kind of see where the energy is stuck or where, yeah, you get to know the person and then you can use, there's no structure. You can use it freely. And that one session can be more of the other depending on what the person needs and where they are in their system and where they want to go and what they want to create. Yeah. So I mean, it's phenomenal.
Basically, you can change your life with breath work alone.
Yep.
You can change your life with nervous system grounding, self-regulation alone. You can change your life working with the fascia system alone. You can change your life working with energy, organ health, TCM, kinesiology alone, and doing tremors from TRE. What do you get if you bring them together in a harmonious, sustainable way? Where it's not about doing all the things at one time and expecting to get more. No, you know when to use which tools, like a handyman. I don't take a hammer if I'm going to go and eat. No, I take cutlery, like a fork and a knife or chopsticks or wherever you use it, where you're at in the world. You learn how to use the right tools for the right occasion for you, for others. And that creates that safe space where something can happen, something new, something else, no expectations, no pressure. but you're able to create different kind of spaces which allow for different kinds of transformation, and you will know when to use what.
Yeah. And the structure of the program is also different. Most of it is self-paced. And it's, yeah, you can share a little bit more about the structure.
So there is a few different programs you can do. You can do one that is just self-paced, that there's no meetups, just for yourself, right? To learn for your own personal gain. You can do the program for your own personal gain and join just some group classes to kind of get a feeling for how does it feel to do a little bit of breath work, a little bit of fascia work, internal alchemy, and a lot of other modalities that we teach, energetics, your phoenix rising, and flow writing. And then we also have the opportunity for people to become practitioners in this work. And if you already are a TRE provider, instead of doing the whole program, like doing a TRE program with everything, there's so much knowledge you already have. So what I did was I created a add-on training for TRE providers. And you can do that as an evergreen, meaning you can start at any point where you want. There's 2 meetups each month. They're not mandatory, but of course it's good to join in as much as you can, but they will be recorded and you can watch them afterwards. If you want to do it more traditionally, like in TRE, that we have a cohort, like a class, and we all start at the same time and walk, arm by arm, then we're starting that in October. So we're going to have 2 starts a year for people that want to follow a cohort. And what's interesting is we're going to mix. So if you're a TRE provider that starts to do the program, you're going to be in the same group with people who have no idea what this is. We're going to mix all levels together in the group sessions, which is going to give a great variety, because then it's not going to be, oh, I'm pretending to teach to someone that doesn't know. You might actually meet someone that don't know anything about it. So everyone's going to gain a lot from the training. And most of it, as we mentioned, all self-paced, or a lot of it is self-paced, a lot of pre-recorded videos. Classes are included that you can do them live, or you can watch the replay online. So it's a lot of theory, but it's a lot of practical opportunities to really experience the work and do the work for yourself. Because I firmly believe when you do that work for yourself, you come from that grounded place within you, that is when you can start to transmit something to other people. And if I found, that was the main thing I noticed when I met Dr. David Berceli. It's like it comes from inside. It's not intellectually. It's a transmission. And I met other founders in other systems. It lives through them. And that's a capacity we all have, but it requires a bit of work. And that's why I really wanted to facilitate with all of these programs, but specifically for TRE providers, to now what? How do I continue within the same realm and just spread it and learn more without having to go completely into a new modality, which is fine too. But how can I continue? And it's the same realm, same terminology. We can kind of like, okay, I recognize this, but I can grow even deeper into this. And that's really where the options are if you look at the different programs. And that's what we wanted to share a little bit about today, the add-on for the TRE providers and certification trainers.
And the add-on for certificate for TRE providers that is already certified within TRE, we have a special campaign for that, a special offer, and that is very, very beneficial for anyone who's already in the TRE world. And that's what we want to give back to the TRE community, and we really want to, yeah, explore this together.
Yeah, because it's given us so much, and this is something we really want to bring forth into this community, and just another boost, do something else, right? And I think this is the age of creation, the age of giving birth to visions and ideas. And just by doing a modality like this, it will open you up. So maybe you create a new modality, I don't know, but letting that creativity come out unimpaired and really becoming embodied in it and feel authentically present. And I think that's really what I learned from TRE. And even when I look at TRE, it's like TRE has like a drive and energy of its own. They drove me to do this. So it's not an idea. This came from within. So this
Yeah.
is
It's the
really
result
me.
of the TRE, what it says
Exactly.
that it does. Yeah.
Exactly. So this is just following that journey. And then from that,
Follow the
how we
organisms.
came. So, follow the organism and it led to create something else. And that's why I
Yeah,
want
it's
to bring it
phenomenal.
forward.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. So together with this video, there's a little folder that with all the information about internal alchemy and about the different steps and about the special offer for the TRE community. You can join at any time with this. However, the cohort starts October 11 and 12 with 2 full days. And that is an experience. It's a full-on experience starting with 2 days in October. So if you have any questions, just reach out to Simba, of course. If you want to talk to me, you can do that too. And Simba is also opening up for consultations if you have questions, if there's anything that you are extra curious about or that you feel that we didn't cover in this video, then you can schedule a call with Simba and just discuss further on how that would be super transformative for you. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Lovely to see you all and welcome to this journey.
Yeah. Thank you.